Hello, this is Sandy Nutjones from the Broadcast Composers Music Library. I'm going to, in this short video, talk about how we use the search engine of the site. We worked quite extensively with editors to get to a search engine that would enable editors and producers to get to the music they need really quickly. So we have two ways of searching for tracks. We can either input questions or words directly into this box. So, for instance, romantic, and there we've had one before, romantic. So we can click on search here, and we'll come up with a whole load of romantic tracks. Or we can, I'll clear that. We can search by the tab system. We have a number of different tabs along the top here: genre, feel, mood, period, tempo, instruments and uses. So for instance, if we wanted to search for cinematic, filmic, drama, which was menacing, let's say, it comes up, you can see it comes up with the tabs down here. Let's click on search. So has it come up with suitable tracks? We think so. Let's just have a click on one just to hear whether that is the case. And sure enough, we can unclick these buttons here if we want to clear our search, and we can basically click any ones from any kind of from any tab really. So if we want to go aggressive and let's see, mischief, let's go aggressive impish. Let's see what that comes up with. So it has come up with a track. Mobile, it says, and I'll just have a quick play on that. So yes, obviously if you choose something like aggressive and impish, you're going to get much fewer search results than if you click on something else. But just to show that actually you can use the search engine as a way of getting inspiration for things. Period. We've covered most periods in here, kind of historical, general. Timeless tends to be those tracks which really is very hard to define where the period comes from. Often they're kind of orchestral documentary tracks, etc., or film tracks. Let me click on, for instance, let's go 1950s. Click on 1950s. Here we've got loads of 1950s type tracks. I particularly like Pipe and Slippers, I have to say. Yes, by the very smooth Spike Scott. So we have that. Instruments is pretty obvious, looking for instruments. And then the uses button is very useful if you say, I just want documentary tracks, travelling tracks, etc. I'll just click that off. The other thing I want to just mention briefly is how we search for albums. Now, in our albums, I'm just going to click on the albums here. There are two kinds of albums. There's the kind of standard albums, which are made up of lots of different tracks to put it in a genre together. So, for instance, you've got promos and trailers. Or the other thing about the albums is that this is where we put together all of the tracks from a particular documentary. This is how we get to our thematic approaches. So if I go into here, Dark Electronica, this was a documentary about urban parkour runners that I did. We have a number of tracks here, and just click on that again. So we've got, let's take for instance, Bcml, Beating Plastic Pipes. I'll unclick that, and then we need to pick another track. Let's choose, for instance, Dubstep Gods. I'll just turn this down so I can speak. So straight away we can hear that this track was in the same key as the Beating Plastic Pipes. So as an editor, you know it's going to seamlessly edit together. It's that whole thing about thematic approaches and joined up approaches. So let me turn that off. So that's basically how we search for tracks and music tracks. I shall cover other aspects in other videos. Bye for now.